After the tragic and unforgettable September 11th terror attacks, a sense of paranoia spread throughout the world, especially in America. People began to question their national security and devise solutions to prevent similar attacks. In our case, we created the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, closely monitored flights, amplified security at airports, and increased our presence in the Middle East.
We thank you and the various leaders who work diligently to increase our national security in this post-9/11 America. However, President Obama, there is one issue that has been tucked away from mainstream media and society that needs to be addressed.
We need to stop using unmanned aerial vehicles, the drones. We need to find a more effective solution to prevent the U.S. against suspected terrorists. This is important because you are teaching our society that it is just to kill innocent children, civilians, and elder human beings who do not hold any threat against our country, but rather live among a few who might.
This is a matter of international law, where we are in an armed conflict with Al-Qaeda, the Taliban, and other forces in responses to the 9/11 attacks. What is known about the discrete drone policy is that you, your administration, as well as the CIA, have full authority to launch an attack at any target in the case of self-defense.
Although this sounds justified to protect the well-being of a country by taking down suspects, the situation is not what it has been made out to be.
واللي كانوا حاضرين موجودين هناك لما شافوا هذه الدخان اللي طلع مع هذه ماتوا كلهم أطفال ونساء. أطفال ونساء وشيوخ. فقط يعني 3 من شباب. ولا البقية كلهم شيوخ ونساء وأطفال. يعني 46 بما 5 حريم يحملين في بطونهن أجنة. ما دام الأطفال إرهاب معناتها احنا كلنا إرهابيين.
هذا سؤال قلتنا هكذا قلت ساكت بدون كلام. ما راحت فينا والغابة أنا لقى كل واحد تو انتدع. وعيالي وبنتي وزوجي وعيالي كلهم انتهوا ما بغيت إلا أنا وهذا وأبوه وهذا الشاب وهذا الولد.
Just 6 days ago, my village was struck by an American drone in an attack that terrified the region's poor farmers. I went to the U.S. as an ambassador for Yemen, and I came back to Yemen as an ambassador of the U.S. I could never have imagined that the same hand that changed my life and took it from miserable to promising one would also drone my village.
I want to make sure that people understand actually drones have not caused a huge number of civilian casualties. For the most part, they have been very precise, precision strikes against Al-Qaeda and their affiliates. And we are very careful in terms of how it's been applied.
The former chief counterinsurgency strategist for the U.S. State Department has estimated that drone attacks kill 50 non-targeted persons for each intended target. They come out of the blue.
I have 2 words for you. Predator drones. You will never see it coming.
Those are being operated by somebody at a command center in Langley, Virginia. They're watching it on a video screen. They're pressing the button. They're deciding who lives and who dies. And then they go off for a weekend where they have barbecues in their suburban Virginia and suburban Maryland homes. And who pays the price? The people who are the victims of the attack. Is there accountability? None whatsoever.
Drones have become the symbol of America's undeclared wars. Wars that seem to have no state or legal boundaries.
4,700 people have been killed by U.S. drones, with only a mere 2% being the targets. These attacks are happening in Yemen, Pakistan, Somalia, and North Africa.
There are endless examples of police raiding the wrong home, shooting the wrong suspect, arresting innocent people. The success rate is extremely low, and the cost on human lives and the general well-being of the population is very high. This is not right, Mr. President.
These strikes carried out under your watch are unethical and an overreach of the Department of Homeland Security and other police forces.
Have we forgotten the value of human life? What have we become to turn our heads away when women and children are blown apart somewhere beyond our own borders? The mainstream media fails to continually report on our drone strikes and the innocent lives we have taken. What have we become? We demand to be informed and to change this policy.
You have been mentioned as having the most power and influence than anyone in a comparable position in the last 20 years, by the former counterterrorism coordinator Daniel Benjamin. We are asking of your moral authority, President Obama.
Drone strikes amount to execution without trial. This means that when people are labeled as targets by our government, they are not warned, arrested, or even given a fair trial. They, along with the innocent people at the same location, are instantly killed, with the target only being a suspect.
The massive amounts of deaths in these countries are causing a growing hatred of our country. Tensions are growing, and the drone strikes are only affecting our relations with these countries. It poses the question, are we killing the militants or creating them? Who are the real terrorists? President Obama, please don't let us down.